For all your TCG needs, make sure to check out sabatcg.com. What's poppin', everybody? This is Saber finding for another TCG match with Terrafly, as I'm thinking about making a rage video once again, talking about the Pokemon Company designers. I'm really pissed because I saw what the Salamence EX looks like in terms of like the translated attacks and stuff. And it's just so easy to look at that card and compare it with the Dragapult DX and just get mad. They do it on purpose. I don't know what it is. It's almost like Salamence has this old Charizard syndrome. Like once upon a time, every Charizard card printed was terrible. And now these recent times, I guess maybe since the Sun and Moon era maybe, or Sword and Shield era, Charizard cards have become great. I mean, there's been exceptions of other good Charizard cards in older eras, but for the most part, the majority of Charizard cards were bad because they needed a lot of energies to attack and it was difficult to manage a Pokemon like that when it's a stage 2. Salamence has been in a similar position, and it just seems like they don't want to correct that. It does like 300 for 4 and you need a double discard. Meanwhile, Dragapult does 260 total damage with the spread for 2 energies, no condition. What's the better effect? What's the better attack? Not to mention they got the same HP, but Salamence has double retreat, a freaking dragon with wings, compared to the ugly ass, lame ass Dragapult. Fuck, man. Really pisses me the fuck off. Piss-taking designers. Anyway, what else was I about to say? Yeah, I realized once again that there was an OG format sort of GOAT 2004 for Master Duel, and I missed out on it again. Like, I check Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel news almost every day just to see when this sort of event is going to happen, so I can come back and maybe record some Yu-Gi-Oh! Videos for my Yu-Gi-Oh! Guys. And then it never happens. There's always some sort of other events. And then the one time that I just take a couple of days to not check, and then I'm thinking, oh, let me just check if there's an event. There was the event and I missed out on it again. I literally found out the day it ended. I go boot up the PS4 thinking, can I still make it? Maybe play a few games or something? Make a deck real quick and just do something? And then it was over. Damn it. I digress though. This has been a long monologue of non-narration, but I mean, this guy is just taking forever to do shit too. I'm sick and tired of these motherfucker players that I play against that take 10 years to make a move. What's taking you so long? This seems to be another damn Charizard deck. So it's basically autopilot for you. Like, you get out the Charizard and it does everything else for you. Gets you the energies from the deck. Its attack gets stronger the more that I'm winning. So just hurry the fuck up. For fuck's sake. Damn. So finally played the Iono. He's got the Terrapagos down too. So this is pretty similar to that other Charizard deck I played against where I was just bricked out the whole game, but I still managed to win somehow. So he has the Terrapagos and the stadium so he can have more Pokemon down. It's gonna blow up in your face though once I play my stadium, so I'm glad. Keep playing down Pokemon. So then the moment I play my stadium, you're gonna have to get rid of a bunch of shit and lose them. I mean, for sure he's gonna get rid of the Rotom, which would actually be his out against the Mimikyu, so it does work out in the end anyway. And if he gets rid of the Duskulls, that's one less Duskull to worry about, and he's going to need to recover to use. Charmanders, he's not going to get rid of those because that's his main Pokemon, and the Terrapagos, he needs that too. So he did get rid of actually one Charmander, one Duskull. I'm a bit surprised. I suppose he realized, I gotta keep the Rotom if this guy is going to be doing hit and switch. He realized what my deck is about. And decided to keep that. Klefki isn't doing much in the active position, unfortunately, against this deck. It's too bad. I think I'm going to have to keep it in. I don't want to Iono and give him cards, but if I don't play it, I'm not doing shit either. So I go for it, giving you a major helping hand. This is why Iono, it's, to me, you know, Jason has a different opinion and he's a better player than me, but card is not a staple. I mean, even in his like Gen 3 decks, he has a lot of decks where it's not run in 4s. But in a lot of his decks, the card is run in 4s and maybe 3. But to me, I run it in 4s because we don't really got too many great supporters. Like if I had a bunch of Cynthias I could use, Chorus, Steven's Advice level cards that give you reliable draw, and it doesn't necessarily disrupt your opponent or mess with their cards in hand, I'd go for it. But because we don't, just kind of have to max out the Iono or just run more of the mediocre supporters. Now then, this guy, he's still taking forever to play. He's like 2 minutes below me in terms of the timer. And from what it seems like, he's not running pitch out in the deck. He's favoring Noctowl completely. I mean, he didn't bother searching for it, that's for sure. So once the Noctowls get their search, then he can't really use that to draw. And I think that might hinder him. Okay, so he's gonna use the Fan Rotom. I'm actually a bit surprised because Charizard, you can kill that with Charizard and then save the Rotom for the Mimikyus. Evolves into Dusclops. That's also going to be pretty annoying. It's just another method to kill the Mimikyu. Hate that fucking card too in Dragapult. Dragapult does so much broken shit. Only made worse by the fact that Pokemon have terrible HP. Okay, finally past the turn, this fucking guy taking 5 minutes to play every turn. So get the Flygon. Gotta evolve into the active since I promoted the Vibrava. Bit sad, but anyway. Just draw 2, but it worked out. I wanted to keep this stuff in hand. Worked out, get the Terra Orb, gonna get another Flygon out. And get rid of this Rotom. So, if he doesn't use Boss's Orders, doesn't use Dusknoir, or just doesn't use something like this Rotom, he cannot touch the Mimikyu. Charizard can't touch it. So as long as he doesn't get an out every turn, I think I'll be alright eventually. We don't do that much damage with Flygon, as I've said before. I mean, 130 for 1 is pretty fair, to be honest. But it just depends on if he can get the outs. I mean, a lot of decks these days, they just run so many Boss's Orders all the time. Dusknoir is another fucking out in this case. So he has ways to get prizes, that's for sure, even with my little combo. Dusknoir is out. Promoted the Terrapagos too, which is, why'd you promote that guy? Like, if that guy dies, that's 2 prizes for me. You don't want that. Doesn't have any way to get cards though, it looks like. Yeah, not having the Pidgeot makes that difference. I need to make sure not to give him cards. So he's at 4, I'm at 4. I'm going to promote the Mimikyu again. I don't know if he's thinking I'm not running too many, but I am actually running a full playset, so... Fucking bird comes down. Gonna draw 3. Mega cheating ass shit. As if Dusknoir wasn't enough, they made it so that you can get that combo with the Feather Bird as well. Fucking hell is all that you can say. Dude, please stop taking this long. We're 10 fucking minutes into the game. Got a long way to go. So gets a counter stadium. Not gonna matter. Draws 3. I mean, it looks to me that he's really just saving the Charizard here. I get what he's trying to do, I think. It's the sort of thing of, might as well use the Rotom. I got the Mimikyu in the active position anyway. But make it so that I get a bunch of prizes, he gets a bunch of prizes, but then by the time I'm at 5 or 4 prizes, or 2 prizes or 1 prize, what I meant to say, then he can use the 1 boss's orders and then kill Flygon in 1 shot. So it'd be pretty huge. This is how broken Charizard is. There's so much stuff you can do with it. So I'm not going to get the Jirachi down. I am going to attach the energy and... do I get the other Trapinch down? I guess it makes sense. Kill this little Rotom. Promote the Mimikyu. And I'm at 3. So if I see a boss's orders, it's going to be great because one of the benefits of Flygon, as I mentioned before, is that fighting coverage gives you a nice advantage to pull like the Feather Bird. Since it's so popular, you can easily get a 1-shot on it because of the weakness. Or in this case, Terapagos would work the same. So I just need to basically KO one more little guy, because it seems to me like he's going to try and reuse the Rotom. There it is. Getting it back with the Super Rod. Going for the Nest Ball, you know the drill. So he successfully managed to get an attack off every turn, and he goes for another Super Rod, goddamn. Runs double Rotom too. Okay. I mean, I would have as well, so not that surprising. Okay, so he'll be able to pull off an attack again, and indeed, things seem to be going smoothly for him so far. Just getting prizes every turn, and while I'm getting prizes, Charizard's damage becomes better. But as long as I see a boss's orders, our deck is thinning, I can just finish the game off. Iono to limit his shit would work too, maybe. But he's got the Feather Bird, so you gotta keep that in mind too. So, grab nothing, go for a kill. Once again, I'm gonna promote the Mimikyu. For the love of God, don't fucking out it. But he should be able to with his cards. We get the Beach Court. He promoted the Feather Bird. That's kind of weird. Are you going to go for a catcher play or... Searches a Terapagos. You know, Iono and boss orders. If I get boss's orders, I win. If I can't get that, then Iono to just limit his hand. So hopefully he can't do much. So even if he uses the Feather Bird, he doesn't really draw what he needs. You know, at 1 prize, Charizard basically does 330 damage, so it kills me. At 2, it does 300, so I live. I think that's correct math. I mean, you'd think we'd know its damage by heart by now since it's so popular, but I'm still not sure. Okay, that's your supporter for the turn. Decided to scoop up the Terrapicus, but I mean, I don't really understand that because I can just pull the Featherbird to kill you. And he promoted the Charizard, couldn't do anything, just gonna draw 3. Don't see the boss's orders, but I did see an Iono. And we are going to, I'm gonna attach the energy, hit the Charizard, so that's pretty bad for you. Soften it up. Don't really lose anything. I mean, if I would get a KO, like if he left something there for me to kill, I wasn't gonna do that because it's the sort of trick to make the Charizard get the max damage. So I was just gonna pass the turn too. Better do something because next turn I will limit your hand. Pass the turn, okay. Attach the energy here. Go for the Iono. Decided not to play the Jirachi. I mean, it would be one more card, one less card out of my deck. But anyway. And at this point, like even the Charizard now, it's useless. I get this second attack off. 260 damage on you. If you leave this guy active, he dies. If you promote... Well... If he promotes the Noctowl, then he can't use the Dusknoir. He might be thinking he's going to get out. Do I even bother with getting a prize? That's a good question. Searches the Terrapicus. Probably just to use the Terra Orb. Man, this freaking guy is just... He really has no qualms taking his sweet ass time every turn. 8-minute mark. I'm at like 14 minutes. 13 minutes, 54 seconds. Jesus, dude. It ain't that complicated. So lost the energy, so now even if that was a big fuck up. I don't know why he promoted the Charizard in the first place. I guess he didn't want the other dudes to die. But now, even if I don't see the boss's orders, I just kill you. You won't even be able to do anything. The Charizard, you're going to need energies on it. So you got to dig those out too. I kill the Noctowl. Dusknoir becomes useless. Charizard can't do anything. But just because I am worried a little bit of what he's going to try and do. Like it might actually be a trick, but yeah, now that I think about it, why was I worried? Charizard doesn't have energy, so... Even if I kill the Noctowl, you can't power it up out of nowhere. Anyway, so go for the Cynthia. Do dig up the boss's orders, so I'll just repeat the same play, not do anything. And then next turn we use the boss's orders to win. I mean, looks like you really didn't have a pull heavy deck here with boss's orders. I'm a bit surprised. I don't even think he used one the whole game. It's weird. But anyway, I'm going to use my own here and just finish this off, finally. So that is a GG, putting in the work against the Charizard variant here. Hope you guys enjoyed the match. Subscribe to the channel, leave a like, share the video with your friends, and I'll see you guys next time. What-ay!